Just kind of giving them a blow there that last.
What'd you say, Boone? Hold on. I think we have a breaking story here. What did Aaron Boone do to Carlos Rodón on the mound?
Just kind of giving them a blow there that last.
I thought that's what you do with Anthony Volpe, Aaron Boone. Oh! Yeah, let's go.
Loaded, 2 out, Yanks leading 1-0. And Grisham providing the separation. That is gone! A grand slam for Trent Grisham. The career year continues.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees win 6 in a row and leapfrog the Boston Red Sox into second place. We've got highlights. We got Aaron Boone's post-game press conference. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk. The Sports Nuts.
Welcome to New York Minute Sports. Thank you for joining us. And the Yankees win 6 in a row, guys. They do what they're supposed to do. Carlos Rodón returns home to his original team, the White Sox, with another great performance, leads Major League Baseball in quality starts now, and the Yankees keep rolling with 6 in a row, and they jump ahead of the Boston Red Sox, who lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. Real big pitching matchup with Paul Skeens going on the bump for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Boston Red Sox, #1 pitching prospect going for them, and it was a pitcher's duel, but the Pittsburgh Pirates came out on top. The Milwaukee Brewers are the best team in baseball, and they're playing the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Toronto Blue Jays lost to the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, so the Yankees are only 3 games back out of first place, and now the Red Sox are 3.5, so the Yankees are in the driver's seat, and if I dare to say, is it right in front of the New York Yankees? Am I turning into Aaron Boone? Am I losing it watching this many Yankee games? And thank you. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. You can also reach me on Instagram at New York Minute. That's NEWYRKMIN on there. But, guys, we have to sing Trent Grisham's praises on this show tonight. I mean, think about this, where this team would be without Trent Grisham. He was a 4th outfielder to start the season. He was a throw-in the Juan Soto deal. Everybody was like, Trent, who? And with the performance that he had last year, he could never get it going without the certain amount of reps that he needed. But with the mix of young guys that we had this year, like Jason Dominguez, and then we started to see he was shaky at the end of last season. So I think the Yankees kicked the tires on what Trent Grisham can bring to the table, and boy, has he produced this year. Trent Grisham's numbers are, he's batting .248, 28 home runs, 57 RBIs, and an OPS of .836. And he plays a gold-level center field, and that has helped the Yankees immensely, especially with the injuries to Judge and Stanton playing out there. Trent Grisham has had to pick up some extra space out there with Stanton, who's not too light of foot out there, and he's been doing a fantastic job. Stanton's been doing a good job in right field. He's holding his own. I'm not going to hate on him. He's been playing a solid right field. But Trent Grisham, in a contract year, he's a free agent next year, folks. And it's amazing how in baseball, these guys all of a sudden wake up when they have a big contract looking them in the face next year. And you know what? From all intents and purposes, I would love the Yankees to retain Trent Grisham because he's shown that Yankee grit. He goes about it being quiet, kind of looks like Reggie Jackson and Albert Einstein had an illegitimate child. But you know what? It works for me. And if you notice, the Yankees, I think, get these left-handed guys and they rig up their swing. Remember a couple of years ago, like Carpenter, that the Yankees got from the Cardinals, and he had never been a home run hitter before, and the Yankees made him do that uppercut lefty swing, just like Trent Grisham's doing right now, and he hit something like 12 home runs in 1/2 of a season. So the Yankees have been tinkering with his swing, and they threw him in the lab, and guess what? It's paying dividends because Trent Grisham is an integral part of this Yankees team, and the way that he leads off a baseball game, I'm cool with. He's not your classic leadoff hitter, and as you see, Jason Dominguez just struck out there. He was supposed to be the prototype leadoff hitter with all that speed, but he hasn't really panned out this year. He's still young. He's still 22, so, jury's still out on him. That brings up another point. I have to call myself out because Trent Grisham, I was clamoring that Trent Grisham was going to come back to earth offensively and that he was only clogging up space for the young guys and the development of the young guys like Jason Dominguez. So I was dead wrong about that. And Trent Grisham has been the truth for the New York Yankees, that left-handed power that he brings and the defense, because strong up the middle is what wins World Series. I'll say it ad nauseum on this program. And if you have a strong center fielder, that's going to be crucial in crunch time. But everybody was chirping about the White Sox uniforms tonight, which were a throwback, I guess, to the Chicago Bulls. I know to the Chicago Bulls, and me being a diehard Knicks fan of the 90s and watching Michael Jordan eat the Knicks lunch year after year after year, I had a little bit of a daze. In my old age, I had a little bit of an episode looking at the black and red, thinking Michael Jordan was going to show up on that diamond. But I don't know if you guys remember. Some of you are very young. But the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, played baseball for the Chicago White Sox. Do you remember that?
He's handled a couple of chances well. He made one there on a ground ball. Got a base hit that drove in a run. There's another hit. A drive down the third baseline. The tying run, they score. He's around third. Racing for the plate. The throw. He hasn't touched the plate yet, and he does. Michael Jordan is tied up the ball.
And that's Harry Carey on the call. If you guys are a little too young to remember him, he was the announcer for the Chicago Cubs for years, for eons. And he would like to have a couple of scotches up in the booth. If you ever have time to YouTube him, it's awesome, bro. You just Harry Carey's greatest hits, and you guys will have a good laugh with that. So Michael Jordan played baseball. So he retired from basketball. Okay. I guess he was getting too tired of winning championships, but also I'm going to spill a little tea here. Okay. There's a little story behind Michael Jordan leaving basketball. Some say it's a conspiracy. Some say it's a tall tale. Others say it's the truth. Some people say, if you know that Michael Jordan, and by the way, this is all allegedly. Allegedly, Michael Jordan is a very competitive man. We all know that. He's a competitive gambler. In fact, he has been said to be a compulsive gambler. There's a quick story about him and Jeremy Roenick, who was the center for the Blackhawks at the time. They were playing golf early in the morning. They played 18 holes. They had about 7 beers each. Both of them had a game that evening. Michael Jordan lost the bet. He played another round against Roenick. They drank another 9 beers. Michael Jordan lost again. So now Michael Jordan lost 2 rounds of golf in a row, and he has a game at 7:05. Michael Jordan plays another game against Jeremy Roenick and has another 9 beers. Then he proceeds to get down to the last putt of the night, and Jeremy Roenick is about to win, and he goes to Jeremy Roenick. He goes, I bet you that I will score more than 48 tonight. Double or nothing for the whole day. All the rounds of golf that I lost, if I score more than 48 tonight, you owe me for all today. And Roenick, after seeing him chugging beers all day and doing what he was doing, said, absolutely, I'll take that. Jordan dropped 52. So that's a side story of the propensity of Michael Jordan's gambling and his competitiveness. So there was rumors saying that Michael Jordan took a break because he was caught gambling on basketball. So instead of come out and completely ruin the NBA and all of basketball because Michael Jordan, after the Showtime Lakers and Bird and all those guys, after they dropped out, Michael Jordan was the face of the NBA and was the savior of the NBA. I want to be like Mike. Walking on air, couldn't do anything wrong. So it was more of a little bit of a hiatus. He went and played for the White Sox. That's an exhibition game in Wrigley Field. That's not a regular season game. And that just proves to you guys that baseball is legitimately the toughest game to play on planet Earth because the greatest basketball player of all time, Air Jordan, couldn't even sniff the pros. And not so great in crunch time is Anthony Volpe, but Anthony Volpe has woken up in the last 2 games. I don't know if there's a direct correlation on this show, but it seems like whenever I go ham on a player like Jazz Chisholm or Anthony Volpe, they start to wake up. I don't know if the New York Yankees are watching New York Minute right here, the New York Minute Sports Show, but I guess there's reverberations going through the franchise, just like when me and Jazz had a feud earlier this year on Instagram and the Yankees franchise found out about it and we spoke on the phone. You can check that out on Instagram. Wild story. So Anthony Volpe, I am so glad that he's starting to wake up, but you know what? This is almost better than sending him down to AAA because I hear a lot of people in the comments. I read a lot of the comments, and a lot of the people say, put Anthony Volpe in AAA. That's not a good idea. Also, you only have a certain amount of times you can do that until a guy becomes available for other teams to scoop. You only have so many ups and downs that you can do with these guys. But if you think about it this way, these games against the White Sox are the closest things that you can get to AAA competition. And I'm not saying that to be snarky about the White Sox or kick them while they're down. But let's face facts. The White Sox are one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. And the Yankees can kind of lay off the gas pedal. They can relax a little bit. These games are crucial, but you can see the competition. And you know what happens to a lot of teams? They have a tendency, and the Yankees were guilty of this earlier in the year. They lower their level to their competition, but the Yankees aren't doing that. They're staying above ground, and they're playing good baseball right now, 6 in a row. You really can't blame Anthony Volpe for eating up on bad pitching, but he needs to do this. He needs to get his reps in because you heard Aaron Boone on the postgame right here last night saying that Anthony Volpe will be an integral part of the Yankees moving forward. Now, what scares me with Caballero is that if you notice that he came into the 8th inning tonight to replace Giancarlo Stanton, and I get that after the 7th inning, if it's a blowout, you don't need Stanton's bat anymore, and you can put Caballero in. But you have a guy here that can play solid shortstop all the time. And if you start screwing with him, just like they did with Trent Grisham last year, messing with his reps, messing with when he plays, Caballero could be a significant contributor to this team. He's just not a guy off the bench that can pinch run in a tight spot. I mean, he can do those things, but there's a lot more to him, and Anthony Volpe is clogging the system. I'm not going to get into the whole thing about Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone's, brainchild of playing him all the time, but Anthony Volpe is swinging the bat better. I understand there is nowhere to go from being 1-37. I understand that, but he is hitting the ball better. And another thing about hitting the ball better, I made this note. Oh, yeah, barrel rate. I saw during the broadcast tonight, they had the top 5 teams that have the biggest barrel rate in baseball. Okay, stick your barrel rate up your ass. How about that? That's first. Second, it was the Yankees, and then they named 5 other teams. All those other 5 teams are severely below 500. So I don't know what the barrel rate is such a great thing to rave about, because it seems like a direct correlation between barrel rate and being in the basement of Major League Baseball. So you can take that analytic and stick it right up your nose. Now, let's go to our pro, Baboon, Bubbles, Aaron Boone's post-game press conference. Go.
Through in that first inning.
Trent spoke on the field about how the offense just, kind of takes enjoyment in trying to make pitchers work, grinding out at-bats overall. What did you think of that at-bat quality tonight?
It was that. I mean, I think we got out hit 12-7.
That's a big stat. 10-plus runs in 4 of the last 5 games. 22nd time this season. And the Yankees haven't done that in the last 5 years, get off to quick starts. And when they do, the starting pitching can relax. And like anything offensive goes into swoon, the Yankees were kind of in an offensive funk after the All-Star break. But you can see the Yankees' problems isn't scoring runs. We know this. It's choking in a big spot. So you really can't prove that until those spots arise and you succeed in those spots. But the Yankees are scoring runs in bunches, and it doesn't matter who you play. By the way, a lot of people that bitch and complain that the Yankees have an easy schedule. In the start of the year, the Yankees ranked 7th in all of Major League Baseball in difficulty of schedule. The Yankees' first half of their schedule has been an absolute meat grinder. Everybody in Major League Baseball plays each other once, and everybody in the American League plays each other twice. One at home, one away. So the Yankees are only playing the teams that are on the schedule, the teams that are in front of them, and it just so happens that the teams that did not produce this year are at the end of the Yankees schedule. And so what? It's a luck of the draw at the end of the year, and the Yankees did not have that case the last 3 years going into the playoffs with one of the most difficult records in all of baseball.
But it's just heavy at bats from jump. And, we didn't break through in that first inning. I mean, we got the 1 run, but just I think the wearing them down, get another opportunity. And Grish hits a big 4 ball there with the head in the count. So just a ton of heavy at bats.
Anthony had a couple hits yesterday, continued that today. Important for you to see him put back-to-back solid outings offensively up there.
Yankees are 13-4 in the last 17 games, best in Major League Baseball. 0 complaints, folks. That's exactly what you need to do. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, the Yankees were back 7 games from the Toronto Blue Jays at one point, and they were on the outside looking in the wild card. Love watching, by the way, the Mariners melting down in the wild card. Told you guys, watch them completely have a meltdown every year. What is it, August 29th? Yep. September 1st is about the time the Mariners start to melt down.
Definitely good to see. Liked his at bat before he got the hits too with the ball to center. The base hit up the middle was just really under control, and then even the homer to right center. That ball stepped on right there, but real under control. So good to see.
What you think of Rodón?
It's like Trent Grisham switch bodies with Juan Soto and Anthony Volpe switch bodies with Gleyber Torres. Did I just crack the case? Did I just figure something out? Hold on. Yeah. That plays. Trent Grisham's Juan Soto and Anthony Volpe's Gleyber Torres. Perfect. World Series it is, folks.
Don?
Rodón was good, man. 6 strong. Just continues to just be that guy we can count on. Wasn't overpowering by any means, but I thought he was pretty efficient overall. And
Rodon's homecoming. Remember, Rodón threw a no-hitter. Should have been a perfect game. Kind of a shitty call on against Rodón from the umpiring crew. But Rodón, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 run, not an earned run, 2 walks. His walks have been down this year, too. And the batting average against is like 168. No complaints. Rodon's like about 3rd in the Cy Young in the American League. And if he does have a solid September, man, he can make some noise in the Cy Young Candidate Award. And Max Fried is starting to gain some steam. Luis Gil is wiping off the ring rust. We got Cam Schlittler looking like he's emerging to be a future star. Will Warren's giving us solid starts. I like what I'm seeing approaching next week. The Yankees are getting right at the right time. And yes, I know exactly what Aaron Boone is talking about. Anthony Volpe was getting some loud outs before he broke the slump, big fly outs, and Anthony Volpe hits for power. I don't know if it was we were sold a bill of goods or we look at Anthony Volpe and we think that he should be a different player than he is. I guess when we look at Anthony Volpe, I'll speak for myself that we see a singles hitter, speed, stolen bases. I thought that's what we heard when they were talking about him in the farm system, but he's a doubles machine. He was like what Anthony Verdugo was like about 3 years ago, Alex Verdugo. And now he's a doubles hitter and a power hitter. If you look at his numbers, man, he's like third or fourth in RBIs. He's got 19 bombs. So I'd like to see him get on base. And the Yankees, I think that's why they still continue to keep him in the lineup, because if this kid starts to get on base, they can do some damage and they can start doing some things.
Again, you saw everything kind of playing a role for him.
What do you want to hear from him when you went out to visit him?
Just kind of giving him a blow there that last. But one.
What'd you say, Boone? Hold on? I think we have a breaking story here. What did Aaron Boone do to Carlos Rodón on the mound?
He was just kind of giving him a blow there that last.
I thought that's what you do with Anthony Volpe, Aaron Boone. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. I had to.
But I wanted to see how defiant he was.
Has he ever done?
Tonight he was like, he was pretty certain, like, and I was just going to check on him.
Also, I don't know where they're interviewing Boone in Chicago Stadium, because it's like they got him behind a dumpster. There's trucks backing up. I think there's a homeless guy selling T-shirts next to him. It's like, Aaron, what do you think about the homeless man next to you? But listen, Aaron Boone, there you go. That's the post-game press conference. He gave Rodón a blow, just checking in on him on the mound. That's the only thing I pretty much wanted to hear from the press conference. But the Yankees, 6 in a row. They leapfrog the Boston Red Sox. They're in second place. They're only 3 games out of first place. The Toronto Blue Jays have 2 more games against the best team in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Red Sox continue their series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. At home, baby, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And like I told you, they're going to suck you back in. And hopefully they don't go from suck to blow, but go to Instagram at New York Minute. That's NEWYRKMIN to check us out on Instagram. And also, thank you very much for your support right here, guys. And don't forget to like and please subscribe and tell your friends about New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. And if it can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.